I didn't start out as a natural communicator. In fact, I failed numerous exams, got rejected by countless jobs, and for a long time didn't feel I had much to say. But there was a turning point. Unexpectedly, it came through watching movies. Films like The Bodyguard taught me something powerful. To connect with people, we need to express ourselves authentically. It's not about having the perfect words. It's about sharing your emotions in a way that others can feel. That's when I realized that communication isn't about impressing people. It's about reaching them on a deeper level. My perspective changed even more when I watched Forrest Gump. There's a line that always stayed with me. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. This became a guiding principle for me. We all face uncertainties and surprises. When I faced rejection after rejection, that line reminded me to keep going, to keep trying, because I didn't know what opportunities lay ahead. It inspired me to be honest and open with people about my journey, my dreams, and my failures. Communicating well is essential for every leader. When I started Alibaba, I knew I had to share my vision with others if I wanted them to believe in it. But communicating vision isn't just about talking. It's about showing people your passion, your determination, and your authenticity. I realized that when people see you speaking from the heart, they're more likely to join you, to believe in your cause. This is why I encourage everyone to find their voice and communicate their dreams with purpose. Learning to communicate has been one of the most valuable skills in my journey. It's more than a tool for work. It's a tool for life. When you're able to make others feel the way you feel, to share your excitement, your passion, and your struggles, you create real connections. This is where leadership starts, with the ability to inspire others through your words, your actions, and your story. So if there's one thing I would urge you to invest in, it's learning how to communicate. Don't be afraid to show your true self, your passion, and your dreams. When you speak openly and honestly, you give others permission to believe in you and in the path you're building together. Inspiration is all around us. One of the things I've learned over the years is that even the smallest moment can teach us something valuable. I believe that if you know how to look, there are lessons in every corner of life. Many people think they need some grand experience or achievement to feel inspired. But for me, even a simple conversation or a difficult day at work has been a source of strength. Inspiration doesn't have to be huge to be impactful. It's about seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary. I found that some of my biggest lessons came from the toughest times. When life wasn't easy, I was forced to look deeper within myself. I realized that even challenges could be transformed into stepping stones for growth. I remember thinking, if I can learn something from this, it wasn't a waste. This mindset allowed me to see setbacks as opportunities rather than defeats. Whenever you're struggling, try asking yourself what you can take away from the experience. Some days, inspiration might come from an unexpected place or person. The key is to be open, to be curious. If you can find something extraordinary in each day, you'll begin to see life itself as a gift. Early on, I didn't have the resources or the support that others had, but I looked at the world with fresh eyes, and that gave me the drive to keep building Alibaba, even when the journey seemed impossible. For me, inspiration is like fuel. The more you find it, the more you'll realize that answers to your biggest questions are right in front of you. All it takes is slowing down, paying attention, and allowing yourself to be inspired by even the smallest of things. This practice doesn't just make you stronger, it connects you more deeply to the world and the people around you. So don't wait for inspiration to strike like lightning. Seek it out in every moment. Each day is a chance to learn, to grow, and to renew your vision. When you start to find inspiration everywhere, you're unstoppable. Hard work is important, but working smart is essential. In my early days, I saw people working around the clock, but many times their hard work wasn't translating to progress. I learned that to truly succeed, it's not just about putting in the hours. It's about using your time wisely and focusing on what will actually drive results. Efficiency isn't just doing more, it's doing what matters most with intention and purpose. Waste isn't just about material things, it's also about time and focus. Every minute you spend on tasks that don't push you forward is a minute you could have used better. I often remind my team that efficiency is about cutting through distractions. It's about knowing where to direct your energy so that every step you take brings you closer to your goals. One way to improve efficiency is by learning to say no when something doesn't add value. Many people think they need to accept every opportunity, but this often leads to burnout and scattered focus. At the start of Alibaba, our resources were limited, and we had to be incredibly selective with how we used our time and energy. That taught me the power of clarity in decision-making. If you know what your priorities are, you can avoid getting caught up in tasks that don't serve your bigger vision. Technology has also been a huge ally in boosting efficiency. I've always believed in using technology to streamline processes and maximize impact. At Alibaba, we leveraged tech to make our operations lean and effective, from logistics to customer service. This kind of strategic use of tools allows you to achieve more with less, freeing up time to focus on innovation and growth. So remember, it's not about working tirelessly, it's about working wisely. Efficiency means valuing your time and directing your efforts toward what truly matters. This is the foundation of meaningful, sustainable success. I've always believed that success doesn't come from doing a lot. It comes from doing a few things very well. When people ask me about the growth of Alibaba, they often expect stories of grand expansions and endless new projects. But the truth is, our focus has always been on delivering quality. Whether it's a product, a service, or a partnership, what matters most is the standard we set. A small, well-run business can have more impact than a big one that's inefficient. Quality is what sets you apart and keeps you relevant. There's a temptation in business to do more, to take on everything that comes your way. But doing more without focusing on quality is like building a house on weak foundations. For me, quality is that foundation. It's what builds trust with customers, partners, and even within your team. Early on, our focus at Alibaba wasn't on growing as fast as possible. It was on ensuring that whatever we offered was the best it could be. Quality takes discipline and patience. In a world that values speed and scale, many people overlook the importance of building something reliable and valuable. But I've found that the companies that last are the ones that prioritize quality from the start. When you focus on excellence in everything you do, people notice and they come to trust you. Trust is a currency that can't be bought, and it's something we've built over years by staying committed to high standards. I often tell my team that the pursuit of quality requires saying no to shortcuts and compromises. It's easy to expand rapidly, but if you lose sight of quality, the impact won't last. Instead of asking, how much can we do? I ask, how well can we do it? This is a mindset shift that takes discipline, but it's one of the most valuable shifts you can make. So, as you work toward your goals, remember that quality is what builds lasting success. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things with integrity, care, and consistency. When you prioritize quality over quantity, you build something that stands the test of time. One of the biggest secrets to success is to keep your dream alive, no matter the obstacles. When I started Alibaba, there were countless days when it seemed like the world was against me. But through all the failures, rejections, and disappointments, I held on to my dream. I learned that a true dream doesn't just survive challenges, it's fueled by them. When you believe in something with all your heart, no amount of rejection can take it away from you. It's your light in the dark, your guide when things get tough. There were times I had no money, no support, and very little hope. But I had a vision of a future where people could connect and do business online. It sounded crazy then, especially in China, where few people even had access to the internet. But I saw a world where that dream was possible. I often say, when you're poor, if you have a dream, you never feel poor. When we have a strong vision, we have wealth that goes beyond money. We have purpose. Dreams are fragile things. They can be easily destroyed by doubt, by fear, by other people's opinions. But to succeed, you have to protect them. You have to nurture them like you would a delicate flower. In every business meeting, in every pitch, in every conversation, I spoke about my vision for Alibaba as if it was already real. That's the power of a dream. It can inspire not only you, but everyone around you. When you talk about your dream with passion, people start to believe in it with you. Keeping your dream alive isn't about ignoring the challenges, it's about finding strength in them. When I faced difficult moments, I would remind myself why I started in the first place. The journey to success is never easy, but the strength of a true dream can carry you through anything. That's why I urge you to hold on to your dreams as tightly as you can. Don't let them slip away just because the road is rough, because when you reach the point where you start to see your dream coming true, all those challenges will seem small. You'll realize that everything you went through was preparing you for that moment. So keep your dream alive. It will be your greatest ally on the road to success. Passion is the foundation of everything meaningful in life. Without passion, there's no energy. And without energy, you simply can't overcome the obstacles in your way. When I talk about building Alibaba, people often ask how I stayed motivated through the hard times. My answer is always the same: passion. I love what I do, and that love gives me the power to keep moving forward. It's passion that gets you out of bed when things are tough, that drives you to keep pushing when everyone else has given up. For me, passion is like fire. It's something that grows and spreads when you feed it, but can quickly fade if you ignore it. At Alibaba, we faced countless setbacks, from financial struggles to skepticism from investors. But each time we hit a wall, it was the passion of our team that kept us going. When you're passionate, the difficulties seem smaller because you're focused on something much bigger. This is what makes passion so powerful. It transforms obstacles into fuel. People sometimes tell me that they want to be successful, but don't feel passionate about anything yet. My advice is to explore, to try new things, and to be patient. Passion doesn't always appear immediately. Sometimes you have to discover it along the way. When you find what truly excites you, you'll know. It's the thing that makes you feel alive, that you can talk about for hours, that gives you energy even on your worst days. Once you have it, guard it fiercely. Building success without passion is like building a house without a foundation. It may stand for a while, but sooner or later, it will collapse. Passion gives you resilience and commitment, things that no amount of money or talent can replace. So, if you want to achieve anything meaningful, find your passion and let it guide you. Only then can you build something that will last, something you'll be proud of. At the end of the day, passion is what gives life to dreams. It's the fuel for ambition and the driving force behind every great accomplishment. Remember this: people may try to take everything from you, but they can't take away your passion. That's yours to keep. I know rejection well. It's been my constant companion. When I was young, I failed entrance exams, job interviews, and even got rejected from Harvard several times. But over time, I learned that rejection isn't something to be feared. It's something to learn from. Every no I received taught me resilience, and every door that closed led me to push harder on the next one. Rejection has been one of my greatest teachers, showing me the value of persistence and the power of self-belief. In our journey, especially in business, we're bound to face rejection. It's just part of the path. But here's what I realized. For every rejection, there's an opportunity for growth. I wouldn't be here today if I had taken each no as the final answer. Instead, I saw each rejection as a stepping stone, a moment to adjust, improve, and come back stronger. This mindset has been crucial to building Alibaba, and I believe it's crucial for anyone aiming to make a difference. Rejection, I believe, shapes us more than acceptance ever could. It's easy to accept praise and keep moving forward, but facing a setback and refusing to give up, that takes courage. When people told me that my ideas were impossible, or that I was crazy for believing in them, I learned to listen only to constructive criticism and ignore what didn't help. And this, in itself, became a strength, knowing when to let go of unhelpful negativity. If there's one lesson I would pass on, it's this: never let rejection define you. Define yourself by how you respond to it. Each no is just a challenge to find another way, another angle. Alibaba faced countless rejections from investors in our early years. But every time we went back, adjusted our strategy, and tried again. We didn't change our dream, we simply changed our approach. So, embrace rejection. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It simply means you're learning, evolving, and building the strength you need for success. Every no is one step closer to the yes that will change your life. When I launched Alipay, people thought I was out of my mind. They said, "Jack, no one will trust an online payment system." But I didn't let those voices stop me. As an entrepreneur, you're bound to face criticism, sometimes from people who don't understand your vision. I learned early on to separate constructive criticism from the noise. Constructive feedback helps you grow, while negative noise only distracts you from your goals. In business, it's easy to let criticism shake you, but I found that staying true to my vision was the key. I often ask myself, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. If you're clear on your goals, you can learn to ignore the critics and keep moving forward. The most successful people are the ones who focus on their dreams, regardless of what others say. Criticism will come, but it doesn't have to be a barrier. It can be a source of strength. Some people will call you crazy for thinking big. Others will doubt your ability to achieve what you've set out to do. Let me tell you, their doubts are not your doubts. Their fears are not your fears. I kept Alipay alive because I believed in it, and I believed that people would come to see its value. Now millions of people use it, and those same critics have come to realize its worth. One of the most important skills you can develop is to filter the feedback you receive. Take the advice that helps you improve, but don't let the negative voices derail your journey. They will always be there, but they don't determine your success. You do. When you learn to trust yourself and follow your vision, the critics no longer hold any power over you. So embrace the criticism. Use it to become stronger, but don't let it define you. Stay focused on your vision, and remember that every crazy idea that has succeeded started with people saying it couldn't be done. The world is constantly changing, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that you need to be flexible to survive. Being rigid will break you, but being adaptable allows you to bend without snapping. I like to think of myself as bamboo, strong but flexible. Just as bamboo bends with the wind without breaking, we must learn to embrace changes and challenges, moving with them rather than fighting against them. Adaptability isn't a weakness, it's a strength. At Alibaba, we had to adapt to countless challenges, from market shifts to technological advances. Those who resist change will eventually be left behind, but those who are open to it will find new opportunities in every transformation. Embracing change has allowed us to grow in ways I never imagined possible. When I look at successful people, I see individuals who are not afraid of change. They welcome it because they know that every change brings new possibilities. Flexibility is the key to discovering these opportunities. When you're flexible, you can see beyond the immediate challenges and find ways to use them to your advantage. In business, this mindset can mean the difference between survival and success. Life is unpredictable, and we must be prepared for the unexpected. Flexibility means accepting that we can't control everything, but we can control how we respond. Whether it's a change in the market or a personal setback, being flexible allows you to adapt and keep moving forward. Just like bamboo, the strength to grow lies in our ability to bend. So be flexible, embrace the unexpected, and make it work for you. In a world that never stops evolving, flexibility is what will keep you standing tall. The bamboo is a perfect symbol of persistence. It spends years developing its roots underground, almost invisible, before it finally breaks through the soil and grows to impressive heights. I've always admired this about bamboo. It reminds me of how true growth often happens where no one can see it. In our own lives, persistence works the same way. There are moments when it feels like nothing is happening, like we're putting in effort without results. But just because progress is invisible doesn't mean it's not happening. During the early years of Alibaba, we experienced countless setbacks. There were days when we wondered if all our hard work would ever pay off. But like bamboo, we were laying down roots, building a foundation strong enough to support rapid growth when the time was right. Persistence isn't glamorous, but it's essential. It's about believing in the work you're doing even when no one else can see the results. It's about having the patience to wait for that breakthrough. The truth is, persistence separates those who succeed from those who give up. Many people quit when they don't see immediate results. But if you think about the bamboo, you realize that growth takes time. All the small, unseen efforts are what ultimately lead to something big. I encourage you to embrace this process. Don't rush it, and don't let frustration make you quit. Each step, each challenge is building your strength for the future. Just like the bamboo suddenly shoots up, your hard work will one day come to light in ways you might not even expect. But you have to be willing to endure the periods of slow growth, to work hard even when success isn't visible. This is the invisible strength that sustains you, the resilience that prepares you for those high points. So keep going. Even if it feels like no one notices, even if you doubt whether the effort is worth it. Remember the bamboo. It teaches us that true growth happens beneath the surface long before anyone can see it. When your time comes, you'll rise faster and stronger than you ever imagined. In my journey, I've come to value learning from the mistakes of others as one of the most powerful ways to grow. Success stories are inspiring, but failure stories are where you find the real lessons. Early on, I made a point of studying what went wrong for others in business, and this helped me avoid many pitfalls that could have been costly for Alibaba. Everyone makes mistakes, but learning from others' experiences can save you a lot of time and pain. I believe that wisdom comes from understanding both successes and failures. When I started Alibaba, I looked at what successful companies had done right, but I also looked closely at where others had gone wrong. This taught me how to prepare for challenges, how to make better decisions, and how to anticipate problems before they happen. If you observe carefully, you'll find that every mistake offers a valuable lesson. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you know best, but there's no need to reinvent the wheel when others have already paved the way. When I faced challenges in building Alibaba, I reflected on how others had approached similar situations. Often the answers were already there, hidden in the experiences of those who came before me. Learning from others isn't a shortcut. It's a strategy for growth. I encourage you to be humble enough to learn from the experiences around you. Some of the best insights I've gained didn't come from books or courses. They came from watching others and understanding why they failed. When you study these stories, you're not only learning about what went wrong, but also about how you can overcome similar obstacles in your own journey. In the end, every mistake, whether it's yours or someone else's, is a stepping stone towards success. Don't be afraid to embrace these lessons. They are the tools that will make you stronger and wiser on your path to greatness. Too often we get caught up in chasing the end goal, thinking that success will make us happy, but the real magic happens along the way. For me, the journey of building Alibaba has always been about more than just reaching a certain level of success. Each obstacle, every challenge was an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become better. The process of growth is where the real fulfillment lies, not just the destination. Looking back, some of the toughest moments I faced turned out to be the most valuable. During those times, I learned resilience, adaptability, and patience. It wasn't just about achieving financial success. It was about developing skills that shaped who I am. When you focus only on the outcome, you miss out on the richness of the journey. I believe that enjoying the process is what makes the success at the end truly meaningful. When you're working toward a big goal, it's natural to want results quickly. But if you rush through the journey, you'll miss out on the experiences that define you. Building Alibaba wasn't a sprint, it was a marathon, and every step taught me something new. Those experiences are what made the journey worth it. When you embrace the process, you realize that each day, each effort is adding to your growth. Success is a result, but personal growth is a journey that never ends. Even now, I continue to learn, to make mistakes, and to improve. This is what keeps life interesting and fulfilling. Every challenge, big or small, has a purpose in shaping your character and your abilities. So instead of looking only at the finish line, appreciate the journey itself. It's where you'll find the true reward. Ultimately, the process of growth is the greatest gift. It transforms you in ways you can't imagine at the beginning. Embrace it fully because every moment spent growing is a moment of success. No matter how successful you become, humility is the foundation that keeps you grounded. I've seen many people rise quickly, only to fall because they lost their sense of humility. Success can be intoxicating, but pride and arrogance are dangerous. When I look at my journey with Alibaba, I am constantly reminded of the importance of staying humble. Humility is what allows you to keep learning, to keep growing, and to stay connected to your vision. Humility to me means recognizing that there is always more to learn. Even now, with all the success Alibaba has achieved, I remind myself that there are countless things I don't know. When you're humble, you're open to new ideas, new perspectives, and new solutions. This openness is crucial for long-term success as it keeps you adaptable and ready to change when needed. Some people think that humility is a weakness, but I see it as a strength. When you stay humble, you build stronger relationships and people respect you more. They're willing to work with you, support you, and help you succeed. At Alibaba, I always emphasize to my team that no matter how far we go, we must never lose touch with the values that brought us here. Humility is one of those values. It's what connects us to our purpose and to each other. Another thing humility does is protect you from complacency. When you're humble, you understand that success can be fleeting, and you're always prepared to work hard to maintain it. This mindset keeps you sharp, motivated, and resilient. Pride, on the other hand, blinds you to the potential pitfalls ahead. Humility keeps you moving forward with purpose and clarity. So remember, no matter where life takes you, stay humble. Humility is what will keep you grounded, keep you learning, and keep you connected to the things that matter most. It's not just about staying grounded in success, it's about staying true to yourself. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is that the people around you have a huge impact on your life and your mindset. At Alibaba, I made it a priority to build a team of people who shared the same positive energy and vision. When you're surrounded by people who are optimistic and driven, they push you to be better, to aim higher, and to stay motivated. Positive people don't just support you, they elevate you. The journey to success is challenging, and there will be times when you feel discouraged. That's why having positive people around you is so important. They remind you of your potential, your vision, and your purpose. I've been fortunate to work with individuals who believed in Alibaba's mission even when others doubted us. They kept me focused and resilient, and I believe that's a big part of why we succeeded. The energy you surround yourself with can either lift you up or drag you down. Negative people will find problems in every solution. Positive people will find solutions in every problem. Choose wisely. In my experience, the people who truly want to see you succeed will not only celebrate your victories, but also stand by you in tough times. They're the ones who believe in your dreams even when you have moments of doubt. Building a network of positive people doesn't happen by accident. It requires effort and intention. Seek out those who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, and who believe in your vision. And remember, it's not just about what they bring to you, it's also about what you bring to them. Success is built on mutual support, shared goals, and collective effort. So, take a look at the people in your life. Are they lifting you up? Are they helping you move forward? Surround yourself with positivity, and you'll find that you're not only more motivated, but also more capable of achieving great things. If there's one thing that has kept me moving forward, it's my belief in a better future. Visualizing the future is about seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. It's about looking beyond the current challenges and focusing on what's possible. This optimistic vision was what kept me going in Alibaba's early days, even when things seemed impossible. I knew we could build something revolutionary, and that vision gave me the strength to persevere. An optimistic vision isn't about ignoring reality, it's about understanding that challenges are temporary. When I look at the future, I don't see problems, I see potential solutions. This mindset allows you to embrace change, to stay open to innovation, and to stay resilient in the face of difficulties. If you can see the possibilities ahead, you'll be motivated to work toward them, no matter the obstacles. People are often afraid of the future, especially with the fast pace of technological change, but I believe the future holds amazing potential. At Alibaba, I've always encouraged my team to think big, to imagine what's possible, not just what's practical. This kind of vision attracts people, inspires action, and brings ideas to life. When you truly believe in a positive future, others start to believe it too. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is the freedom to dream without limitations. When you allow yourself to visualize a bright future, you're giving yourself permission to explore, to innovate, and to create. It's not just about reaching goals, it's about expanding what you believe is possible. This vision becomes your guide, your compass, leading you to new horizons. So cultivate an optimistic vision. Let it guide your actions, fuel your ambitions, and inspire those around you, because when you can see the future clearly, you can start building it today.
Jack Ma's life story is a testament to resilience, vision, and unwavering optimism. Known as the co-founder of Alibaba, he grew from a series of rejections and failures to become one of the most admired entrepreneurs in the world. In sharing his journey, Jack Ma emphasizes the importance of one thing above all else: keeping your dream alive. For him, dreams are not just aspirations. They're the source of our energy, our motivation to keep going when the odds seem impossible. Jack Ma reminds us that in our toughest moments, holding on to that dream is what keeps us moving forward. When you're poor, if you have a dream, you never feel poor. A dream can be your greatest source of strength, helping you face even the most difficult setbacks. Throughout his life, Jack Ma encountered rejection again and again. He was rejected from universities, failed multiple job interviews, and even faced skepticism from investors when he started Alibaba. Yet, instead of letting these experiences shake his confidence, he saw rejection as an opportunity to build resilience. To Jack Ma, each rejection was a lesson that made him stronger, shaping the unwavering determination that would later define his success. Jack Ma teaches us that rejection is not a dead end. It's a chance to adapt, to reflect, and to improve. Many people give up after facing failure, but Jack learned that resilience is built from enduring these experiences, not avoiding them. Jack Ma's approach to rejection is an important reminder of the power of persistence. He often says, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. This means adapting your mindset, growing from each setback, and not letting rejection change your dream. Through Alibaba, he experienced countless obstacles, but his unbreakable focus on the end goal allowed him to navigate every twist and turn. Jack Ma's journey shows us that when we face rejection with the right mindset, we come out not only stronger, but wiser. Another key lesson from Jack Ma's story is the importance of flexibility. He compares this quality to bamboo, a plant that bends with the wind but does not break. In a fast-changing world, Jack learned that rigidity leads to failure, while adaptability keeps you standing strong. At Alibaba, he faced constant market shifts and economic challenges. Yet each time, he adapted, staying open to new possibilities and ready to evolve. Flexibility, to him, isn't just a tactic. It's a way of seeing challenges as opportunities. This mindset helped him make Alibaba resilient and prepared to thrive in any environment. Jack Ma's philosophy of being like bamboo also extends to his view on persistence. Bamboo doesn't grow visibly for years, as it first takes time to develop strong roots beneath the surface. Only after this period of quiet preparation does it suddenly shoot up to impressive heights. Jack Ma believes our growth works the same way. Sometimes it may feel like we're not making progress, but every effort, every small victory, is building our foundation. Jack Ma advises that we keep working, even when results seem invisible, trusting that one day our dedication will pay off. This approach helped him push through years of struggle, always believing in the power of invisible growth. Cultivating persistence like bamboo has been essential in Jack Ma's journey. He reminds us that every major success story involves a period of struggle that goes unnoticed. Just as bamboo lays down roots before it grows tall, our preparation, our invisible work, builds the strength we'll need to succeed later. Jack Ma's patience and belief in this process kept him moving forward when others would have given up. His story is a powerful reminder that success doesn't happen overnight. It requires faith in the long-term value of our efforts, even when progress isn't immediately obvious. Another invaluable lesson Jack learned was to study the mistakes of others. In building Alibaba, he observed other companies, both successful and unsuccessful, and took note of the pitfalls they encountered. For Jack Ma, learning from others' mistakes was just as crucial as celebrating their achievements. He believes that we gain more wisdom by understanding what went wrong than by focusing only on success stories. This insight allowed him to avoid many common traps and to make Alibaba stronger. Jack Ma's approach can teach us all to look carefully at others' experiences, using their lessons to prepare ourselves for the challenges ahead. Jack Ma's humility in learning from others' mistakes also reflects his lifelong commitment to growth. He was never too proud to admit what he didn't know, and he constantly sought ways to improve. This openness to learn helped him stay agile and adaptable, even as Alibaba grew into a global company. He saw that pride and rigidity can limit growth, while humility and the willingness to learn keep you evolving. Jack Ma's example shows that seeking knowledge, especially from others' failures, is essential for any leader who wants to avoid common missteps and build something truly lasting. At Alibaba, Jack encouraged his team to learn not only from their own mistakes, but also from those of competitors. This created a culture of curiosity and improvement, where setbacks were seen as stepping stones rather than barriers. Jack's focus on learning from failure gave Alibaba a competitive edge, allowing the company to adapt and stay relevant. He believes that this approach can benefit anyone, whether in business or in personal life, by building resilience and making us more prepared to face challenges. In his inspiring journey, Jack also highlights the value of patience and trust in the process. He reminds us that growth, especially meaningful growth, takes time. Like bamboo, which doesn't sprout immediately, our progress might be slow, but it's steady and powerful. Jack Ma encourages us not to rush success, but to embrace the journey. The process is what shapes us, teaches us, and gives us the strength we need to reach our goals. This patience in the face of uncertainty is what made Jack Ma's vision for Alibaba come true. By keeping his dream alive, dealing with rejection, embracing flexibility, cultivating persistence, and learning from the mistakes of others, Jack Ma built an empire from the ground up. His story shows us that success is about more than hard work. It's about vision, adaptability, and resilience. Jack Ma's insights encourage us to look at our own journeys with a new perspective, seeing every challenge as an opportunity to grow stronger. Through these principles, he reminds us that success isn't just reaching the top. It's in every step, every lesson, and every moment we keep moving forward. Jack Ma's story is a powerful reminder that success is built one step at a time, through persistence, resilience, and a clear vision. Now, it's your turn to put these insights into action. How can you keep your dream alive in the face of challenges? What rejections can you transform into lessons? And how might you cultivate the flexibility and persistence of bamboo in your own journey? Reflect on the principles that resonated most with you. Which of Jack Ma's insights felt like they were speaking directly to where you are now? Drop a comment below with the part that inspired you most. And remember, every time you need a boost of motivation, come back and rewatch this video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay connected with more lessons from the world's greatest thinkers. And don't miss out on our next video, How the Top 1% Think. Strategies for Massive Success, Jack Ma's Advice, where we'll explore more strategies for personal growth and success. Keep dreaming, keep learning, and let Jack Ma's wisdom inspire you every step of the way.